Alright, what's up everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. Today we're going to be making this piece that you see in front of you. It's a fume chameleon rig of mine. Bear with me, this is the first time I do these type of videos, or first time I do any type of video on YouTube. And speaking about that, go subscribe, bro. Go log in. If it tells you you're not logged in and asks you for your login information, put it in. Subscribe. Do the homie a favor. Alright, so this is the first step. I'm gonna get this piece right here and I'm gonna split it in two. It's gonna be the top and the bottom of the can, shown right here. Boom. Look at that editing. You see that? You like that? Boom. I'm gonna see the circled parts. This is what I'm gonna be working on right now. I'm gonna get this piece. I'm gonna split it in two. Just gonna flame cut it, as you see me doing. And this is basically gonna be the top, and the bottom of the can. So now I'm gonna rip it up. It's gonna look ugly at first, but later on I'll make it nice and pretty, so it can be all even and stuff. There we go, all nice and janky at first. Later on I'll equal it out. Alright, so this piece right here is gonna be the middle of the can. Wait for it, boom, right there, that's what I mean, that's gonna be the middle. I'm gonna condense it right here. And there we go, I gotta condense it to make it thick enough and wide enough for the can, because right now it's too narrow. Alright. So right now I'm just using gravity, heating it up with the flame, elbow down position, letting the glass come on itself and widen up. You see how it's getting thicker and thicker. After I finish this, I'm gonna switch axis and do the same thing to the other side. That's why you see me popping a hole right here, getting another blow tube, and just attaching it. This is where the work comes in, and it's tedious. So you gotta do this to every piece. Hours just pass by and you don't even realize it. Alright, so I'm about to get the... Alright, I already switched axis right here. I switched axis, I'm heating it up, condensing the other side, and getting ready to add the other sections that you saw me previously prep out. Alright, Willie, stop showing off the prep. Alright, boom, pop in a hole to add the top section. I like working the top section first and then the bottom, because I like putting my blow tube on the bottom part. Alright, so this is the top section. I'm gonna make it all pretty. Bring it down, even out the walls. Okay. Alright, so here you see me popping a hole. Just trying to get the same diameter as the other hole to match them up. So boom. Here we go, we're gonna add the first section to the top. And this is pretty cool. When I first learned how to do this in glass blowing, it was kind of crazy, just thinking that I could add sections like this and blow it out. It was amazing to me. It still is amazing to me to this day. So it never gets old. Alright, so this takes a long time. Thank God for speeding up the video, because if not, you guys will be watching this video for 3 days. I know I keep on saying that, but it just amazes me. Alright, you see how the top part is getting some shape. Now I gotta pop a hole on that side to be able to switch axis and work on the other side. Alright, so you see me popping a hole. There's many ways to pop in a hole. I like doing this way because it always gives me a centered. A lot of people pick it, which is getting a rod and literally just picking out glass until the hole opens. But there's many ways to skin a cat, you feel me? So that's just the way I do it. Alright, now I got the bottom section. And I evened it out, popped the hole. Now we're gonna add it to the bottom. Wait for it. Alright. So now I'm blow tubing up to the top part of the can, ripping off the blow tube, and just adding another hole. Wow, que lindo. Alright. Alright, now I'm just gonna condense this thing down, make it a little wider to accept the other part, the other section I'm gonna add right now. No one can hear you, bro. No one can hear you. I got you, Doc. I got you. Alright. Alright. This voiceover thing's kind of funny, bro. I like it. Oh, alright. Alright, adding the bottom part. If you're still here watching, thank you for clicking the video again. I appreciate you. It took me a long time to figure out. I come from not saving contacts on my phones to editing a video on a program on a computer. I never thought I would do it, but I'm here doing it. Alright, now I'm just shaping out the bottom, blowing it out. That's Alex in the back doing his bears. That guy kills it. Live every Sunday. So if you want, go follow him. It's Alexander the Great. He does lives every Sunday. I get on there. We do auctions. It's good times. Alright, look how pretty that is, boy. Oh my goodness. That's the can. Okay, this is the cool part. This is my favorite part of making the chameleons. It's actually the chameleon. There's a prep little blank that I made that I literally just got silver and gold and layered it and just put dots and melted it in, and it gave me that effect. Alright, putting it in the kiln because it was cold. The kiln is a oven basically that warms up and cools down the glass. It warms up the glass to be able to work it, and it cools down the glass when you're done for it to be annealed or cured in a sense. Alright guys, this is the cool part. A lot of people think that the chameleon is actually multiple sections put together, but it's actually not. It's just one section stretched out and manipulated to look like a chameleon. It took me a lot of tries to get this right, and probably like 4 years ago or 5 years ago is when I first did it with a single tube, no sections, and I almost cried because it was such a I don't know how to explain it. I conquered something. So I know you glass artists that seeing this understand. There's no book to tell me how to make a chameleon. I had to figure it out. So here we go. I'm heating up the bottom. This is gonna be the tail. I'm stretching out the tail. It looks like I know what I'm doing, right? I really don't. Just playing. Alright. Stretching out the tail. And mind you, this is 3 times as fast. 3 times the speed. So what you see here doing is it's gonna take probably like 2-3 minutes, but it took me probably like 30 or around there just to shape it. Alright, now I'm getting the curvature of the tail. It's tricky because you gotta know the anatomy of the chameleon, because if you stretch the tail too much, the body gets like all wonky and doesn't look natural. But if you stretch it too little, it just becomes fat and doesn't look natural. We want to get that natural look, that good look. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, here I go. Now I'm stretching out like kind of like the neck and the head in the same time. It's a weird thing to explain, but here it goes. I was just showing you there the basic shape of the head and the neck. Watch this. This right here is the part that took me forever to figure out. Right here. Because I'm not sure if you guys know, but the chameleons I sculpt, they're actually a representation of Pico, my former chameleon that passed away, which was a veiled, and the veiled has this big crest of a head. That's why I gotta stretch it out like this, and hence the name Pico. It's Spanish for spike. Alright, it's starting to look like a chameleon. But right here's what puts the magic. It's the magic. Do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart. Every time I eat her food, it makes me fart. Okay, let me stop right now. Okay, I'm stretching it out. Gonna stretch out the face or the head, whatever you want to call it. Check it out. Boom. That's just a rough shape. When I put it on the piece, I do the final shaping. I manipulate it to make it look like it's kind of moving, in a sense. Look at that. The tail's gonna be stretched out to a pointer, a finer point later on. But just like I said, it's just a rough shape. Look at that mean mug. God damn, I'm ugly. Right here, just making the sides equal and even. Making sure everything's perfect, nice and pretty. It's very important. If you don't have all your walls even on the glass, it could cause stress and end up cracking, and all the hours you worked just wasted. Alright, look how beautiful that is. Don't mind the kiln dust. It's just the start. Boom, boom. Alright, now I'm adding the back little bumps for the, I don't know how to call it, little ridges in the back. Give it some life. Boom, boom. I put it on the back and I put it on the under the face. It's getting there. It's getting there. Alright. Now right here I just flattened out the bottom. I flattened it out to as flat as I could get it, and I finalize it when I finish the piece. So right here I'm popping a hole. I'm gonna add basically my handle for assembly. Try to get it as centered as possible. You don't want an off centered hole, because then you start spinning everywhere, looking crazy. Boom. This process looks very simple on camera, but all these little welds, if you don't do them correctly, they'll basically fuck you in the end. End up cracking and stuff like that. There's been times that I'm working on a piece for a couple of days, and then the last thing, it cracks. And that's when you start learning how to become a better glass blower, or you just waste more time every time you work. And I ain't about wasting time. There goes Snoopy. Snoopy Glass. Go follow him too. That guy's a savage. Much cleaner work than mine. To be honest, this guy's so meticulous. Just go check out his work. Snoopy Glass. There's the plugin. Boop. So right now I'm just evening out the top, getting it ready to put the chameleon on top of it. You get the picture right there. Look at these nerds. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There we go. Snoop. Alexander. And sack. Ball sack. Day 2 of assembly. No, I am not wearing the same shirt. It's a different shirt, same color, different material too. Take a good look. I really like how the glass looks when the sun's hitting it from the back. It looks like purple and green. It's dope. Alright, so now I'm popping a hole to attach the chameleon up top. Right here, what you see me doing is adding something called a bridge. If you're not familiar with glass blowing, that's why I'm explaining it. It's basically a bridge. It's like a support beam, basically, for when I weld on the other pieces. You'll see later on in the video. So right now, obviously, I'm popping a hole to attach it. Wow, beautiful hole. Alright, so now I'm putting a handle to the top, to this face, to be able to stretch out the tail to how I like it. It looks a little more natural. So here again, it looks a lot simpler than it is. It's not just sticking it on there. I gotta put it on there, puff out the weld, make sure everything's nice and pretty. And not just for aesthetics, but for function as well, because if it's not pretty, it's gonna crack. And if it's crack, it's whack. So there we go, you see me use the support. I basically attached it, brought down my handle and attached my handle to the support, allowing me to melt in my weld and doesn't let everything move when it's all fluid and watery and melty. So here it goes. So right here you see me shaping the tail, making it like a curvature to give it the look like this. Alright, so moving forward. Now I'm putting on the legs, but I skipped the other 3 legs just to save some time because you guys don't need to see the process 4 times. So here it goes. I'm attaching the leg to the body and I'm kind of shaping it down to reach up the can, and I give it like a little twist to take it off. Now I'm adding the feet, the little feet. And again, this process takes a long time. Right here it looks fast, but it's actually going 8 times as fast as its regular speed. Pretty crazy thinking about it. There we go, I'm shaping it. Making sure the legs are melted. See? No hard corners on the legs. Everything's nice and smooth. If not, it's gonna crack. Yeah, you don't want no crack, cause crack is whack. Alright. So now we're moving on forward to popping a hole to put the fitting. The joint. Here I'm heating up a little section. I'm blowing it up with the blowholes. This goes right up. You see it going up. Boom, boom, boom. And I pop it. This hole is important. It needs to be even and nicely flared out, because if not, the weld comes out janky and it cracks. And we don't want that. Look how beautiful. Wow, Willy. Alright, so now we're gonna put on the fitting of the joint. Attach it. I'm gonna put it to the support with the bridge I added for the top. Now I'm just basically gonna weld it in and gonna heat it up. Put my blowholes, attach it. You're gonna see me do that right now. And just puff it out and make sure the weld is nice and flush. If it's not flush, it will crack. You know it. It's gonna crack if it's not flush. And again, if you're still here in this video, thank you for watching, sticking through the whole thing. So there we go. Now I gotta put on the eyes, open the mouth, and we're almost done. Then I gotta take off all the supports and we're Gucci. Gucci, Gucci. Mind you, this is day 2 of assembly. I didn't record me making the prep. So that's another day's work as well. So there's 3 days total of working on this piece. Alright. Now I'm picking a hole for the mouth. Picking a hole is basically what it sounds like. You just get a rod and pick out the glass until enough material is out and it just opens naturally. So boom. Now I don't just pick the hole. Now I kind of sculpt it and make it look like a mouth. See that? And that's where the tongue dabber is gonna go inside, and also where you're gonna hit it from. You like that? Boom. So that's it. Look at that. I had a fun time doing this voiceover. Let me know if you guys liked it. This, bear with me. This is the first time I do it. There's gonna be many more of these. I'm probably gonna upload once every week. Have a good one, guys.